Whoops. Yo, what's up, people? Tuning in 4,000 marks of grains. Let's listen to. A book. Let's listen to my book.
I have smelly cheese straight from Paris. Would
Get the
you be a
music
customer?
while streaming to YouTube.
I am not James Rabbit, said James, deep and sexy. I am just a cannonball rabbit. Is it bad luck being shot through the window by a rabbit? You shoot rabbits through the window for luck. That's just sick. James finally poofed into unyielding chest day form. Honestly, I'm going crazy, he said, hyperbolic from the
Still not
delicacy
taking over
cheese.
Twitch.
It's like a party in Valhalla. You instantly want some more, like a lover leaving your room. Do you have any more? Anything from the same brand? We have dried tomato garlic sage cheese from the same brand, said Etchberg, nailing another customer like a carpenter putting in a nail with one hammer strike. I'll buy it, I think, but can I try it anyway? Back to rabbit form. Om nom nom. Wow, that is some fatty flavors, like a mix between two delicacy smooth butters. Do you want to will again?
Wow.
If it's interesting, James transformed back into human form. Do you want me to donate an ingot?
This is exactly how I told you it was. It's an island locked account first. So it was Shazen, basic, 600 laps. Wilderness Agility, 3k. Relica, Polov, 1 for 10,000, Argdung. Some picks missing, I think, but no, it was only 600 laps, enough to get 50 agility or 70 or whatever. Must go to the wilderness after that? Yeah, I guess so.
Do you want me to donate an ingot to this fine small business? Yes, I think I do, sir. I'll buy 3 wheels then, 9,000 quid right. Cheese is expensive.
Seems to be lagging unless I show.
Etchberg went
in the
and brought the 3
background.
wheels he had. James pulled a 10,000 purple Maystar ingot from his Babylon Infinite hamster. The hamster seemed addled but flexible. You won't believe the gold clover of insane adventures. Give me 1,000 back. Anything else? Krug and Chardonnay, 25-year-old. You should try Alchemist Gold Buckle. Wizards increase their arrogance and slurp with purple lips, golden chemistry. Chardonnay and Alchemist then. If you drink Chardonnay 975, you will want more though. Blessed are those who can afford. Find a way to increase your income. James went into a wheezing Spanish fat laughter. James put the basket into the hamster, then broke another window jumping, concerned with studies. In air, thunder, and sparkles, class James was fighting Arnaud. James had a groping pose, fitting his giant hands. Stop, Arnaud. You can't take his punches. Yes, I can Uhueg, ECHH. Arnaud just gets more handsome as you beat him up. Arrogant power, sparkling connection. Arnaud glided through his groping and zapped his buttocks with his fingers. He was agile like a puma. Ouch. I'm just testing your connectivity. Let's up the wattage. Arnaud sidestepped a slap, but then got hit by a knuckle. In slow MO, fittingly we can see James made a lightning power plant requiem punch into face absorbing like a fat belly. Blue eyes blazed as James made an impact of muscular lightning. Lightning.
So how do you join Ravi's launch of contemporary intellectuals? Well, you give a follow or subscribe to YouTube.
Blue eyes blazed as James made an impact of muscular lightning. Lightning jetted everywhere. Arnaud's face was chiseled, lips pouting as he laid on the ground, body resting on elbow. Glass pyramid stealth. Arnaud tiptoed around until James showed his back. Counter baguette. Arnaud's both thumbs outwards. Fist closed emitted distorting lightning on his arm. James was stunned for 2 seconds, smoking then, attacked competitively. Greased lightning. James hit Arnaud in a blur of finger pistols, index finger. Come on, James, use the particle technique. I can take it as a superior assassin. Super Collider. James smashed Arnaud into a suit cube with the sound of a gigantuan hammer slamming down on an anvil and a gunshot. Adjusted, turned into strange mirror particles and Ians, and then he flew across the training room for elemental magics. Wow, he took that like a poofy poodle, said Ignatius. That's the worst I've seen since Apple Whiskey Wizard transmogged into a Nokia under the hydraulic press. No one seemed to blame James. Ignatius teaching competent magic again, proclaimed. That was a good demonstration of the techniques. Everyone read to page 37 and I'll allow you more 1 versus 1s. Lightning flows on weirdness like magical ability is mana blue. Keep imagination, weirdness, and creativity. You were holding back, right, James? Whispered Ignatius Fiddlefire and turned his head. I think I can reach records of strength if I keep practicing. Super Collider. Lightning is air magic, said Ignatius Intelligent. Air magic when angry. Someone stepped on your chemistry set. You can still change the winds, stop arrows, walk.
Okay, let's see if it's worth it. Picking another 24 mil. I don't need it immediately. Alright, let's go back to the rooftops.
Lightning is air magic,
Yo, what's up,
said Ignatius Intelligent. Air magic when
You-
angry. Someone stepped on your chemistry set. You can still change the winds, stop
Yeah.
arrows, walk on clouds, and fly backwards when you reach last year.
I just got
Air magic holds versatile
26
things
mil
like there
in
is
the
easy to
Marks of
speak
Grace.
about shifting things. With swords, you can bring down a different thunderbolt. Command the sky like it would not betray you. Double jump and triple jump early. You fly like you're sitting down flying a car. Hands on 10 and 2. Flying drains mana, actually class. Especially in the takeoff in the
This is just my Al-Kharid. No, I'm kidding. This is just my 50 pack slot Iron Man. Well, it's hard to get started with everything, so I feel like, wow. Because I got up at 5 maybe. I want to eat something.
Flying drains mana, actually class. Especially in the takeoff in the beginning. Especially when thinking too much and being too emotional. When not optimized through magical aerodynamics, when not perfected. What if you chug a mana potion in the air? Uriel pet his pink cat smitten. It was a 3-tailed wide-faced cat that could eat like an adult, menacing and hypnotizing. In potions class, they were making strength solutions. I know lightweights who pop strength solutions constantly and beat every belligerent beatnik, said Dwarf Alfora with a bronze mohawk and square-edged, nose the size of a fat fist. It gives me diarrhea. Shut up, said Alfora. It makes me constipated. Shut up. Another potion that is technically a strength potion is Foot in the Grave Draft. You know, you don't feel how tired and fatigued you are, burnt out, boundless energy like bipolar for 2 hours, but it reduces your lifetime. There is no cure against burnout. I'll figure it out, said James. Just don't get burnt out. The only perfect performance is allowed through perfect recovery. A cheerful tune, then. He was known for throwing piercing black javelins and being one of the few survivors of military black hole Tar Bay in Ironjar. There are ephemeral strength solutions that make you equally weak afterwards, but they are stronger. With your potion skill, you will learn to make strong nerd potions to muscular insecurity, seeing red, reverse entropy polarity, bursts of benign brawn, robust, sexy bodybuilder professor, and even extreme strength. Reverse entropy polarity is also a spell. It reverses healing spells, and you could die. Don't pee in the solution of entropy. Tell me again how you hold the fort at Blackhold, said James. With these bare hands, said Alforer. Wizard's purple lips prosecution potion hails every time a wizard has turned an enemy into a pigeon and removed their beard, and also insults their wife. Wizards misspelling. It's useful for other things than getting drunk, like finding your keys, glasses, and fridge. It cleanses your kitchen sink and cures you from arcane underbite and lisp. If you want a worse wizard's misspelling, you can grind down a baguette instead of bratwurst. Finish with cream cheese when stirred teal. Arnaud's cauldron exploded. Merde dans ma baguette. Shit in my baguette, said Arnaud. I see you let it harden in laziness. There's crucial moments and moments that doesn't matter.
What an idiot.
What an idiot, said James. Fat kid Fubar forthright stole the rest of his ingredients and started to make shady experiments. You can have 1 pint of misspelling each. Write down a summary of alcohols and how alcohol creating ingredients are related. They are related to bombs we can see from alchemy. Transcontextually, we need alcohol lessons for alchemy. James thought the words were dancing as he finished just a few sentences.
Open up both.
Strength potion diabetes.
Both of
You can
them.
definitely drink
You
too
have
many strength
no
potions.
choice but to
They're
eat
the
them.
likeliest to affect your blood sugar. This isn't fair, said Arnaud, only feeling free when pushing limits. What's diabetes? Shut up. What goes with the rest of the misspelling? We're going to use them to clean the toilets for giants and blow up the infestation of idiot lions. 3 birds, outstanding tit, were sitting on the balcony. Fubar started inflating the one in the middle with a flick of the wrist and wand. Look at the flick of the wrist. He's not going to land. You oaf, Titnave, said Safra. He's just going to release some pressure. Fubar, surprisingly dominant against the weak, deflated the tit and it farted like but magicians. While drunk, you can still make strong nerd potions. Make it matter more towards our grades. It works through your adrenaline system, putting in something like Bloodfire through electric. Gives you more endurance than strength, like an animal stronger than humans. When you put in more than 12 repetitions, it's endurance, and will improve. So put in more than 12 Boutenfava beans. What's the amount over 12 beans? More than 12. But what's the amount? More than 12. What if I put in curry vanilla stock? No, Nigel, you won't improve any recipes like this. I know it's powerful. Nigel felt sad when he should have felt improvement. The secondary ingredient must fit with the first and fourth we can see on a table here. Magically, it will fold up on page 50. There's biology, magical theory we learned in magical basics, biology and potions. There is a system to magical potions just like there is to magic. There is logic and exceptions. If you get the secondary ingredient wrong, your cock explodes when doing arcane, boosting potions. Alforer stopped a bit silly and stupidly. You'd wonder why a teacher stopped and considered. It is exceptions, like in quantum physics, the cat is dead and alive, depending on if we look, depending on when, and sometimes we don't know why potions can have alternating effects. Effects can depend on an event, triggered by eccentric probability. Potions can explode and expire based on speed and dimensional points. Just aligning. That's probably it then, isn't, said James. If there's something from there, there's a lot. It is chaos, thought James, but everything is probably predictable, he thought promising. We have potions made with metals, half-metals, non-metals, and biological, or alive things, weight and confined states. It is all predictable. On atomic levels, we see extra functions. Each atom of the wilds can have 1, 2 mirrors, filling up predictability and confined chaos. Unless for a few exceptions, said Arnaud. He made things more complicated. Everyone considered their necessary ability in stress. How can there be metals with properties that are not metals? They are alternating abilities between. Then metals are not metals. Metals don't alternate. Consider exceptions to perfect framework of worlds. She would not consider anything that didn't fit into a system through sharp and intelligent. She would not be ready for anything out of school through confiding in order, rules, and details, confused by realities. I think the biological particle is very interesting. Stop Al-Hoot from talking about the biological particle. Try reminding him that he didn't get top grades in potions last year. The biological particle can add predictability to confined predictability. The 4 outcomes of grave poisons, then 16, then 22. We will learn to make use of the grave potions it can turn into, capitalizing on the random. We have enough time. Here's a potion that's going to make you fancy me over Ulrich Vogelmann. Potion that gives you 20 more IQ temporarily, called Greedy Scholar, and there are more points if you really master potions. Wow, now you know what it's like to have 20 IQ or no. Not to sound stupid, but what about permanence? There's a legendary spell in Tier 13 Ridiculous Magic that makes you smarter through calories and temporary sanity, Lost James. Try your best, and good luck, Sonny. Indeed,
I am
he
out
needed
of
his top
tasty
possible
stuff.
grade.
I only have
Outrageous
soup
outstanding in
left.
potions and a legendary item to apply to this few
We'll
student
have
class.
to do.
There was a black and white goth-like mate with hollow stare into distraction, raven on his shoulder. Elderly wizard with 5-star beard that looked smart, necromancer-looking elite robes with black shoulder skulls. There was a wizard concerned with turning meat pies into gold. Ardent mithril scales from a magical metal mithril dragon. An extinct steel centaur. We have enough metal sheets in the magical storage. I already have it. It was sprawled, but I didn't kill the dragon. Voice knowledge kills a mithril dragon, said teacher guard demanding too much and the most of him. He had bent wizard hat with a clan sigil, lightning bolt through a mountain. Merlin class, wizard ardent, and with such long beard and sausage, mustaches down mixing, it was 75 centimeters into his beard. He looked elite like lethal. I wonder if things would be different had he no beard nor sausage mustache. You need reanimation 10 through healing at final class. Or nowadays, we just restore the scales into a mithril malicious sphere ourselves. It's a one-time thing. The elderly wizard blasted the hovering scales with power. It violently changed, purified. With spiritual like magic, half healing you must keep connection with the sphere, keep with you. It whispers to the smart like faint potential. Yes, it will start to transform when given sanity. Keep the connection with life force and magical healing like the shaman druids do. You can't overdo it, you'll turn lost. If you succeed today, students expect to gain 4 IQ per year. That's 40 in 10 years. James practiced the shaman healing technique. It required brains like reading about quantum physics, like it could be explained longer. Let's try it thus. Blast on. James did everything genius properly, understanding like he was a leg up in every unknown science. Afterwards, he was exhausted like he had tried some new experimental medicine. Navigating with less sanity took time. I want to deep fry your raven snort, James said. Kidding maybe. Very good, James. Ho ho. Eat a protein bar. Conspiracy theories seemed likelier and all connected. He was disconnected to reality, like he had bad memory. He had strange pushes into personalities split and convincing. His body warning him it might be a mistake to go in this direction. The government was definitely fake and unnecessary. I'll do this before I go to sleep. My dreams will be insane. There's a new experimental spell that uses up muscle to make you smarter. What would you sacrifice for IQ? There's a spell that allows you to pull infinite food from a Babylon hamster. The infinity allows for more impossible things, like turning a copy into something real. What kind of food? A baguette, a French kind of bread. I don't believe you. Too macabre. The wizard got upset and would bless his journeys to prove he was right. French white wine, whiskey, and wheat. This tier, 13 ridiculous magic is all I expected. His hamster was coughing cutely. Look, said the masterful wizard, and pulled a bottomless bread. Maybe there's a limit to the infinite cheeks. Has anyone ever tried to scientifically discover the limit? We must be brave and bold. I've seen a guy put a Mum's Ford piano he was going to carry with him into his red-black hamster. The hamster looked upset, inflexible, honestly. I can envision people switching with the hamsters. Don't be presumptuous, they are infinite. Teleportation class, thus. Greetings, unhurt classmates. Aged like a cheese, there was a wizard with insane eyes, white mustaches 1 meter to right, and left 1 meter beard like 3 thick arrows bigger in the middle. Archwizard Pagist, the no unicorn horn rider. You wondered if he was sane and competent, but enthralled, yet he quickly convinced you, turning you into the same high energy wavelength like Tom Cruise. Terribly useful
How
teleportation
many months?
is. It's
How
all about
long
mana
time was the
cost,
saving?
1 student coined. I gave him an F. There's a worse grade than F, said James. Yes, there is S for Schnauzer. The second highest grade is conceited mage. There are many mythical grades for students dragging the magical bottom, said Pagist. There are some special incantations required for going different places. Top students as you are, requiring all the smart classes. I love my job. Soon things will click like scything dollar grass. Remember the maps going helpful places you'll go fast with and cross left and right like in traffic. I mean, there's no vehicles, but you will start to just teleport, most of them with just thought and gesticulation. Never start doubting your ability to teleport, just with thought.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
where you start going places like Florida. What's Florida? It's the worst state. Not even Satan visits Jacksonville. Jesus Christ. They say it's the way it is because Satan leaves it alone. People are higher energy whimsical from Florida than California. At least the band Abiotic comes from Florida. They're not the same, it doesn't count. My friend banishes people to Jacksonville. We do not speak of it, answered Pagist. Maybe you should go to another class. I'm going to write this down. I don't care about this class. I'm just going to use vials to teleport. Pagist teleported behind him. With that attitude, you'll only learn scrapes. Imagine how much money you're going to save cutting your own hair. I mean, teleporting yourself. Let's learn to teleport to the main entrance of Solgar Docks. It is easy to learn. Pagist squatted and put his hands on knees. Circumference, radius, radiator. Left was a purple-white cocoon, very faint hovering, crunching like electrical errors. He's gone. I'd better go down to check if he's there. Arnaud started running. Pagist teleported back with his hands on hips, elbows out. You can absolutely work on making teleports, putting them in flasks or better scrolls. Wizards do it and feel no shame. I don't want to work with something so repetitive. Making money for someone is 90% repetition, and 90% of work is making money for someone. You can always make something worse with perspective chat. Where is Arnaud class? There are brackets, nets of modern locations to visit, the more populous. Usually easier the spell. You can access it now in your mind. Say it or think Solgar Dock. James, for example, entered a large 3D rotating university destination in his mind. Population 18.400. Solgar Dock's population 36.600. He could list and grade the destinations. Welcome to Solgar University, a female voice said as he hovered over university. There were mana costs based on distance, but they were erratic like not getting used to. Connected to warrior orc nests, the multitude, elven archipelago inspirations, and practical college university atoms. There were steampunk skyscrapers where economic feuds were settled with martial arts. Some places the skyscrapers looked like uneven scrap. There was an agility course through 2 Connect skyscraper and quite useful for the political people going between at exactly 150 meters. There were forests thick and light green. Birch evolved trees into white leaves and life between white rodents, algae into algae moss, square white mushrooms staying alive when frozen into toros, a cow buffalo with short horns and fringe. The males had 16-point antlers. People went to the edges of the thick ice and drilled holes to fish. There was mixed ice and Snow's Cape you could build on ice. Squat and put your hands on knees, cross fingers. The class disappeared like thoughts about dinner. 10 minutes later, try practicing just thinking about the stance and crossing your fingers. This is how they do it. Hello, monsieur. There was a smashing blonde with eyes of piercing will and a bit of intelligence. She had hair like glamorous and wide cheekbones. She had a revealing black and lilac dress that told of an unreachable class, for most people anyway. Enthralling like a walking dream, like a punch and sharp fashion. Reality is just a fiction of our sight mostly. Welcome to our magical grand opulence. There is skill in your voice, I can see. She seemed interested in him like generosity. James knew just what to do, unfairly thus handsome. You're striking in. But then Claire touched him, affirming greetings with 3 fingers on his shoulder. James was going through something lulling, fighting it like the brain does intuition losing. There was something he should have paid attention to. He was in a golden shopping district like a treasure room, being a handsome, bag-carrying toy. 3 pink bags in each hand. He was looking different too, fitting in suits with the surroundings.
Okay, I want to go to YouTube now, so I can stream to YouTube. Isn't that? If I click on this link, you'll come to my Twitch, and you can keep watching there. You'll come to my Twitch. Keep watching there. Okay, bye.